Hello and welcome, Essex County College family. This is the Virtual Cafe powered by Student Life and Activities. We hope you and your families are doing well during this time. Today's episode, number 52, is titled Web Services Walkthrough and Tutorial. As you know, it is registration season at all colleges and, of course, Essex County College. We hope that you're not waiting to the last minute to do so. We know you have a lot on your plate. We advise you to get it done early. We have some experts with us today to help strike down the process and bring it down to eye level for you. So we present to you a no-nonsense guide to registration through web services at Essex with special guests. Number one, our registration master, Mr. Jamil Graham, Director of Student Life and Activities. And we also have our registration guru, Mr. Ledawn Hall, Director of the Men and Women of Excellence Scholars Program, with us today. Mr. Jamil Graham. Jamil, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Mr. Ott. First, I want to thank everybody for joining us. I hope you all are having a successful fall 2020 semester. But the overall goal of today's workshop is to make sure that everybody's acclimated with signing into their web services portal and knowing how to register yourself for your courses for the upcoming spring 2021 semester and beyond. www.essex.edu. All right, are we all familiar with the college website?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So hopefully we should all know that in order to enter our web services portal, we would go to the upper left-hand corner. So for you all will be where it says student, where I have my little pointer, and we would click that. And it will give us some options for different portals to visit. So hopefully at this point, we should all definitely be familiar with our Moodle rooms, all right? But also through here, we can access our MyECC, our college email, and for the purposes of today, our web services. So we would just click on the link for web services, and you would come to this screen like this. All right. And if you ever did want to just go directly to this site, I'll put that into the chat later, but it would be webservices.essex.edu. From here, we click enter secure area. And we're brought to this screen where we need our user ID and our 6-digit PIN. Our user ID for our web services portal is our ID number. For our PIN, it will be whatever you set your PIN to, and if you have not changed your PIN, it is your birthday with the 2-digit month, 2-digit day, 2-digit year. We click login, and we're met with the screen like this. So for registration purposes, we would select student and financial aid. And then we'll notice that our top link is registration. When we click that, we have a link up top where we can register, add, drop, or withdraw classes. We also have an option to look up classes to add. That is the link that I'm going to go to today, okay? So when we come to here, we have the opportunity to select by term for the courses that we want to choose. For the winter intersession or the spring 2021 semester, we select winter/spring 2021. We click submit, and now we have our list of subjects to select from. All right. So for the purposes of this, I am going to select biology. All right. Now, mind you, this is all assuming that we know which courses that we need to take. All right. So in order to do that, that means that we must understand what our major is, the courses we've taken to date, and our preferred sequence or suggested sequence of courses to take. Sometimes that can be a little confusing, and that's why we have so many wonderful advisors here on campus. You can reach out to your academic department, as well as email and seek assistance from other advisors, all right, success coaches that are assigned to each department, academic division. However, if you do not know which courses to take, you can also access this information from the college website. Give me one moment and I'll take you there. And if you began your courses from the fall 2019 semester through current, you would use this top link to access your program of study. So for instance, if I were a business major, I can click business and I can get the academic requirements for the degree. And if you need any help with this, we can help you with that as well. So I told you all I would select biology. So if I select biology and hit course search, it shows me all of the different biology sections. So whether I'm looking for 101, 102, all the way through our 200 level, I am going to select Biology 121, Anatomy and Physiology 1. When I click View Sections, it shows me the sections that are available. Now notice when I scroll down on the left-hand side under Select, you see the letter C? Well, that section I can't take because it's actually closed. But now if I scroll down and let's say that I would prefer to take this Monday and Wednesday at 1 p.m. to 3:45, all I have to do is put a check in the box, scroll down, and then I have the option to either register for it or I can add it to a worksheet. I'm going to add to worksheet just so you can see what it'll look like. You'll notice that it'll list any pre-requirements, prerequisites, and then it shows the classes that I've added so far. And if I choose to continue, I can continue with a class search and add more courses, or I can submit my changes. I'm going to continue with a class search and go and add my English 101. And I'm an early bird, so I'm going to take that at 7 a.m. I'm going to add it to my worksheet. And now you see that it's in addition to my Biology 121 course. And you can go on, you can continue to build. I'm going to hit submit changes. I'm not certain what's going to happen, being as though I'm an administrator, but we will see. And it shows that I've been registered. I also have the ability to web drop and or delete it if I make a mistake. So that's the basic steps in regards to adding your courses, checking your curriculum. It seems fairly simple, but it is a very, very, very important process. I always like to stress to students when it comes to registration is that you know yourself and you know your schedule. The best thing that you can do is one, register early because you get it out the way. And two, you get to take the classes for the most part on your terms and what works with your schedule. As well as if you do it early, if you do have any changes, you're able to make the changes before the semester commences. With that brief part of the tutorial, I will open it up to Mr. Hall to see if he would like to add anything.
I just want to say thank you for joining us today and understanding just how important it is to learn how to register early and register correctly. Mr. Graham did an extremely good job with showing you the basics on how to register, just a clean way to register for the courses. I will emphasize the absolute most important thing you can do when it comes to registration is making sure you're registering for the correct courses, which is why, especially if you're on the newer side being a student, you understand who to reach out to and how to get in contact with them to make sure you are actually registering for the correct courses. If you are, for an example, an engineering major, we don't want you necessarily taking the incorrect courses for new media technology, which is someone who wants to go down to that graphic design avenue. So when in doubt, you partner with your student success coach, or you find an administrator, or you find someone at the college who can direct you accordingly. And I don't, and if you can't find anyone else, I see Dr. Kirkland here, the Dean of Student Affairs. He will direct you to the one who can help you, okay? I would like to specify one aspect when Mr. Graham was registering the courses. When he was talking about registering or adding to the worksheet, I just wanted to explain a little difference between the two, because both ultimately get you to the aspect of having the courses implemented for you, but there's a slight difference. And I wonder if Jamil still has access to share screen, what the true difference is. When you select the appropriate course and you click the register button, assuming you have all the necessary prerequisites to that course available, you are ultimately registered for that course immediately once you press the register button. When it comes to the add to worksheet, that basically tells the system, hey, I want you to take this class that I just checked off, save it for me so no one else can come and steal that away from me while I go get another course to implement it together. The main reason that comes into play is if you're taking a developmental course, for example, an English or a math course that is not college level, there's an important step that you need to do. And just for demonstration purposes, thank you for sharing the screen again. Mr. Graham, if you go ahead and I want to register for English 085. For, again, most of you are continuing students, but I know we have at least one new student here, and I'll be speaking with them individually. When it comes to developmental courses, the difference between a dev ed, a developmental education course, and the college level is that most students need some type of assistance before you get to college level. And that is completely okay. I certainly needed it when I attended college decades and decades ago. It's completely okay. We want to make sure that when you are at the college level stage of certain courses, English and math in particularly, we want to make sure that you're going to succeed at that level. So if you end up needing to be registered at the developmental course first, that's completely okay. I do want to also add that if you take a look at the days column, you see the different days like WF, W is for Wednesday, F is for Friday. At some institutions, they may use TH for Thursday, but here at Essex County College, we use R for Thursday. So in that example, Mr. Graham just highlighted that TR, that means this particular section of English 085 takes place on both a Tuesday and a Thursday. So when you see TR, don't think that's just Thursday. That's actually T for Tuesday and R for Thursday from 8:30 a.m. till 11:20 a.m. And if you just see, you see that number 3, that's how many people are, at this point are currently actually registered for the course, while the capacity for the course is 24, which means there are 21 spaces available for someone to register. And that's why you see that open box, because it means it is available to register. That 5-digit number, that CRN number, that's really important as well. Because again, when Mr. Graham showed that page where it showed the register, add, drop, or withdraw, or that third option, look up to classes to add. 9 out of 10 times you should be clicking on that look up classes to add unless you already know the CRN number, which is that 5-digit number in blue. If you have that number available, you can kind of skip these extra steps, like slightly more advanced, and go right to that add, drop, or withdraw page and input that. So exactly, you see here to register, add, drop, or withdraw. If you already know that 5-digit number, you can go right here, input it, and then when you click on the submit changes, you will find yourself registered if you're eligible to take those classes. But if you don't mind going back to that screen previously, Mr. Graham. Yeah, look up classes to add, select your term, in this case, winter/spring 2021. And again, for the example, English. And then 085. The reason I wanted to highlight this particular course is, unlike college level courses, and all college level courses start with a 1 or higher, so Psychology 101 is a college level course. English 215 is a college level course. Any course that starts with a 0 is a developmental course designed to help you get to college level. So when you look at English 085, unlike the other college level courses, this requires you to basically check 2 boxes before you either register or add to the worksheet. Let's use the very first example there. So the very first one, which has that 35950 CRN number, section 001. What happens is, so you can tell that this class is going to be on a Wednesday and a Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 11:20 a.m. Because this is a developmental course, this course requires a tutorial to go with it. A tutorial is a partnership, if you will, with the actual course, designed to give you the opportunity to get more assistance in that course if you need it. With this being English, more than likely you'll be writing some type of papers, and that's the opportunity to get assistance with those papers or other assignments. This is where it's important to note the section number. So again, Jamil has the first one highlighted, which is section 001. With this to go through smoothly so that there's no issues, once you select the course that you want, and this one you have the freedom to do so. In this case, section 001 corresponds to Wednesday and Friday from 8:30 to 11:20. Section 003 corresponds to Monday and Wednesday, 10 o'clock to 12:50. You have the freedom to choose whichever course you like that best fits your personal schedule. But once you select that course, you now lose the option of selecting the matching tutorial that goes with that. That's a mandatory tutorial section that you have to choose. So in this case, if you chose section 001, you now no longer get the option to choose what other section of tutorial you get. Mr. Graham, if you scroll down to the tutorials, you can see right here the tutorials basically says English 085 and the T stands for tutorial. Because he chose section 001, he no longer gets an option to choose which tutorial he wants. He has to choose the corresponding tutorial with that same section number, 001. So in this case, if he checks that box, he's now taking the Monday 8:30 to 10:20. So combined, now that you have the course selected and the matching tutorial, he can then go to the very bottom and select either register to immediately register for the class or add to the worksheet, so that way he can go on and add other classes to it, okay? The reason why I stress that you partner with a student success coach or an administrator or someone who's knowledgeable about how to register is because certain courses requires prerequisites for you to be able to register, for example. Case in point, the example that Jamil registered for, that Biology 121, that is eligible for him to register for if he has 2 certain conditions met. One, that he's at college level English, meaning English 101 or higher, and that he's at college level mathematics, meaning Math 100 or higher. Without those 2 prerequisites being met, when he selected Biology 121 and clicked registered or even add to worksheet, it would have stopped him from doing so because it does not recognize the eligibility requirements. Okay, so again, the most important step to any registration is to make sure you're registering for the correct courses. And if you're able to open up a new window, I want you to go to the academic advisement webpage. This lists all success coaches for the entire school department-wise. So for example, if you are a business major it would tell you who your business success coach is. If you are a general science because you might like to go into an allied health program, it will list that person and so forth. So Mr. Graham, if you go ahead and type in www.essex.edu and then / academic hyphen advisement. So if you're watching, please take your smartphone if you have it, take a screenshot or remember it. This takes you immediately to the academic advisement page, which explains what a student success coach does for you. As you can see right there, what is a success coach? And when you scroll down, a little more. Yeah, there's a lot to get through, but there you go. Then you start to see the actual success coaches and the specific departments. Case in point, if you see right there, you see Fiordeliza Mendez. She is the senior academic advisor. So when in doubt, if you're not finding success with reaching out to the success coaches, reach out to Ms. Mendez at essex.edu. Please take a screenshot of that on your phone or through the computer or tablet, and you'll always have contact with her who can then get you to the right place. But let's utilize, let's go to biology. Scroll down just a little bit more, Jamil. There we go. I believe general science might be one of our most popular curriculums here at Essex County College. So whether you're a brand new student or continuing student, these two individuals would be the contact person she would reach out to. The first one is Rosemond, and you can see her email address is right there, successpt1@essex.edu. And the telephone number, it gives the extension, but I don't think it's said anywhere. So let me just tell you that the full telephone number would be area code 973-877. So each of these extensions that are provided, they all start with 973-877. And then again, you have both the telephone number, the room location, if you decide to visit us on campus. But please reach out. The best way is to reach out via email because on some days they may be on campus, some days they may be working remotely. So you always want to reach out via email because that, like myself and any other administrator or staff member, have access to then best answer you. So again, this page right here is extremely important, essex.edu/academic-advisement. And even if you don't remember this off the top of your head, if you go right to the search bar, that little magnifying glass to the right, type in advisement or type in academic, and it will get you to the same window, okay? Now, Jamil, Mr. Graham did a great job with explaining the basics to it. I'm trying to figure out what else to add, but he did a really good job. So if there's no further information from anyone else, I'll give the floor back to you, Mr. Graham, to go to the next step, if you will.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hall. I don't think we could have had a more clearer explanation of everything for our students. At this point, I put the link for the academic advisement into the chat. That was very nice. I was going to share screen one more time because, like Mr. Hall said, we have to be able to reach out to anyone that we can use as a resource. So I did want to put this up for you all, which lists for the most part the academic chairs in our divisions, with the exception of humanities. I have listed the coordinator for that department. So if you have any doubts, any trouble, you can't catch someone else, those are your academic chairs. You just refer to the one for your major. Also, you know, if you end up needing to do a change of major, that contact information is useful as well. And I will get this into the chat the best I can as well. And then from there, I guess it would be best to see if there are any questions, if anybody needs any personal assistance. I guess we can set up some one-on-ones or whatever the case may be, just to make sure that everybody's squared away for the spring 2021 semester. It's not something that you want to worry about at the last minute. You want to get it out the way, right? And then focus back in on your fall 2020 semester and finish that off strong. So I guess we can open up the floor. Are there any general student questions? Any requests for specific help? Any questions in general,
Hello.
even if it's not directly related to this? I mean, you have our ears right now.
I have
We're
a
here.
question.
Yes.
Hi, sorry to interrupt. This is Giancarlo. I have a question. I guess, well, two questions in particular. One of them is I do apologize. I joined in about maybe 5 to 8 minutes late into the meeting, so I don't know if this was specifically stated. But my question is, I guess, has there been any sort of confirmation or clarification whether these classes, unlike this semester, I guess, will they be held on campus or will it all be remotely once again?
Dean Kirkland, you mind answering that for the student?
No, I don't. Thank you, Mr. Graham and Mr. Hall, for the work that you did. It was a great explanation. At the present, the college is looking at virtual remote classes. If conditions change, we get a different directive from the governor or from the Department of Education. We'll inform students that we may go hybrid. We may go in class for a certain amount, but we just don't know yet, because we are now entering into a new stage or phase of this COVID-19. So it's a play it by ear right now, to be honest with you. Okay?
Okay. Thank you for that.
And Kirkland,
And I
may I
guess-
add just one more before you get to the second question? It should be noted that when you do your registration and your scheduling, register as though you are physically coming to the campus. You want to choose a day and time that you're able to do so, on the case that if things do change and we are able to do hybrid or come back physically, you're able to do so. You don't want to pick a day and time that you really should be elsewhere. So register as though you are physically able to come to school, okay?
Thank you. And my second question actually is, if I was to come in, to school tomorrow, will there be somebody that can assist me?
Me, yes. I'm here and I'm absolutely more than willing to assist any student who wants to physically come onto campus. What I did, if you see in the chat, I listed both my name, my email address, and a web page for Essex for my program, which gives my location. I'm actually located in the green area where financial aid and the business and EOF departments are. So if you're going to come in, by all means, reach out to me via email so we can coordinate a time that I can have you come in, and I can certainly help to show you. And again, whether you want to do so physically or through Zoom, exactly what we're doing right now, or through the telephone, whatever mode of contact you would prefer best, I'm absolutely here to assist you any way, shape, or form, okay? So just make sure you got my email down there, and after this, email me your name and ID number, and I can call you, and we can coordinate a day and a time tomorrow you would like to come in, okay?
Sounds perfect. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to thank you for tuning into the virtual cafe today. I'd like to thank our special guests, our registration master, Mr. Jamil Graham, and our registration guru, Mr. Ledawn Hall. Thank you for your help. I know our students appreciate it. Students, there's a lot of information in this video. It will be available on our YouTube page, SLAO Essex, for you to refer to anytime you need help registering. There is a wealth of information in this video as far as contacts and also the entire no-nonsense guide to registration. So, stay well, stay warm, and we will catch you next time. Take care.
Thank you.